Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles in Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seales, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Members, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town.
We're going to make that stick. We're going to make it stick.
It's stuck for us.
It's stuck for us, and that's all that really matters. We're the Sklars brothers. He's Daniel Van Kirk.
Hi, everybody.
Today, hi, Dan, we have an awesome guest on the show, a comedian that those who know comedy will definitely know this guy.
Those who don't know comedy will have never heard of him.
Yeah.
Those who don't know comedy somehow ended up here.
Yeah. No, no, but it is... Jay and I are around stand-up a lot, and now Dan, you're around stand-up increasingly more and more. You see people and you know when someone is about to bust out and be huge just by the way audiences react to that person. We felt it with Sebastian when he started to do his thing, and I was like, this guy, he's about to just explode, and of course he did. And
the kid from the Neverending Story?
Yes. By the way, my problem with that movie?
Yeah.
Too long.
Wow.
So this next guy is a guy that we've had the pleasure to see perform up in Montreal in front of
a very cool alt crowd.
Yep, very cool alt crowd, but a different Canadian audience. And then I think it was the set that we saw
at the roast battle.
At the roast battle. So he judged the roast battle with us and was incredible. The set that he did, the roast battle, you got to understand, they're 3-minute sets. A lot of open micers and people who aren't even passed at the comedy store.
And a crowd that's really there to see the roast battle, not so much the open mic.
Completely unfocused, don't want to hear the comedy. And good comedians can get them for a little while. This guy turned the audience in 3 minutes and had them in the palm of his hand.
And didn't change his style.
Did not change his style.
Let's talk about him more as if he's not here.
Let's pretend like it's just a shame he passed away.
I know, it's so sad.
Mark Norman, how are you, buddy?
Welcome to Dumb People Town.
Thanks for having me. Jeez, that was nice and very uncomfortable. So I appreciate it.
Get used to it, bitch.
Get used to it, man. Well, Pete, you might know him if you saw Louis C.K.'s special. He gave you a hug right before
he went on stage.
You went on stage because
that was really that was a funny hug, and
you were just there to work the curtain, and that was it. You said, he just hugs the curtain guy every night.
Right.
No, you opened up for him for how long?
A couple months before his special. I was getting ready, and boy, it was amazing. It was quite a treat. I think he's the best.
I think you're
going out on a limb there.
Jeez.
It was cool because you and I, we hung out, we did Doug's show together in Austin.
Yes.
And you were like telling me you're like, his first bit is just like, so abortion.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying, you're like, it's so interesting to see how that goes. And then who else was on that?
Joe List? No. Doug Loves Movies?
Yeah. No, but she was hanging out with us.
This is great podcast.
I know it's wonderful podcasting. Anyway,
Dan, let's watch you go through your wallet and take out receipts now.
Oh, I don't have a wallet.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are you a money clip guy?
Yeah, sort of.
Nice.
And just a couple of cards, and I'm good. These two dads next to us, though, probably have receipts from 1998 in their wallet.
Keep every receipt. Every goddamn receipt.
Why not? You never know when the government's going to come after you.
I got a punch card from Subway. Still, they don't even do it anymore.
But one of you guys had some sort of
the Subway.
Had some sort of abortion stuff in your set, and you were like, oh no, we have to take it out because it has to hit so hard when he comes out and does that, and then that does in the special. It just he kicks the door open with the audience
completely. I don't want to give too much behind the anal here, but he did a whole thing where he would try that. We did 5 shows and it didn't work the first 4.
Really?
And the 5th one it worked, and he was like, oh, thank God.
Wow.
So he recorded 5 shows for the special.
Yeah.
Where was it recorded?
Constitution Hall in D.C.
Wow. So he did 5 of those and it didn't work at the beginning. I love it.
Yeah, it was like getting titters, and then by the last one it was like boom, and it was thank God. Now it's a special.
I mean, and look, he's catching some criticism for it in some ways, but as we spoke about before we started, it is great to see comedians when you've got the talent, and we say you have free reign to do what you want.
Yeah,
and I particularly love that special, and that's so cool that you got to see him kind of work it up front, work it in the.
Did you take stuff away from that for your own?
I took a few bits. Yeah.
Oh no, you're not supposed to do that, Mark. Mark, you are not.
Those have already aired.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I mean, he would tweak jokes. He would go to open mics and he would come with us. I mean, he's a nut.
Morgan Murphy, by the way.
Murphy. Yes.
He is a comedy junkie. And I think you kind of have to be to operate on that level.
Yes.
And also to know what else people are doing out there. I feel like he doesn't want to be so insular, even though he's sitting at the top of the mountain right now.
Totally.
And so just awesome that you got a chance to do that. But I feel like there'll be a point in time when we're talking about your special in the same way. Which you actually have a special coming out on Comedy Central this Friday.
Yes, the 12th.
May 12th.
Called
Don't Be Yourself.
Don't be.
That's perfect.
Big mistake.
Well, for you guys, it's a great advice. Well, that is actually a perfect lead-in to the show, and it's usually people who are acting like their usual dumb selves.
And they need to not be themselves in order to survive.
So let's get into a story, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about how much fun we had in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely have to get into that.
Let's get into a story.
Okay. You want to talk about Don't Be Yourself. Here we go. This was sent in by JNap at JNap05. As always, guys, at Daniel Van Kirk. Hashtag Dumb People Town.
Parents always have wet J-naps.
The great thing is we have so many
on hand.
What if that's like a Jewish dating site where all you do is get together and nap? Where'd you meet her? I met her on JNap. Yeah, we went to a synagogue chapel and just laid down.
Cuddle first, love later.
And then you get to say, I've lain with another woman.
Would you really, I feel like this has probably happened. Would you really hate it if there was a business set up where you went in, had a couple graham crackers and make chocolate milk or juice, and then just laid down quietly for like 45 minutes?
I'm sure that's professional.
It would go bad too quick. There'd be one boner, and then, something would happen.
A whole thing escalates from there.
What if they called the place Cosby's?
Drink this first. Sir, you have to drink it before you lay down.
What went wrong? This was the perfect business model.
But I want to let everybody know a couple of things before we get into the story. One, we have so many great listeners to the show.
We do.
A couple weeks before this, I'm sure everything's still going good. We were everybody who put us all the way up to like number 4.
Yeah, if you're rating and reviewing and subscribing and telling people about this, we made it all the way up to number 4.
And maybe even more since then. Who knows? But it's all thanks to you guys.
In comedy podcasts on iTunes.
So for everybody who's new, the way it works is when you send it to me, I just go through the timeline. So whoever sent me the story first, somebody was like, hey, I sent that to you and I didn't get credit. I love you for doing that, but I usually just go by whoever got it to me first. Cool. Also, one other side note, want to let you guys know, this is fun, Dumb People Town stuff. Somebody sent me a story about a couple that went into get in vitro fertilization done. The
whole process.
And the doctor ran their blood test, found out they were biological twins.
I sent you that.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, well, somebody else did too.
Great.
Research department came through. Fake news.
Fake news.
Yes, not real. Guys, so, we caught one. But today,
before it got to
all
you.
real. Here we go.
All right.
Freeland. I don't know where that is. A local man faces a slew of charges after he allegedly got into numerous altercations with his fellow neighbors during the evening hours on Sunday.
See, that's now I'm going to say this as a homeowner. There should be, as part of every homeowner tour, a meet the neighbors moment. Because you don't know what you're getting. It's the blindest faith in humanity. You need to walk in their house, see if they're hoarders. You need to talk to them.
Check the rabbits in the wall.
Throw out like one political issue to kind of get a sense of where they are. And then that should be like a provision on the house.
Yeah, throw out a racist joke. If they laugh, you go,
we're in.
Either they have a great sense of humor or...
if they look at you and they're like, all right, let me tell you one. Back.
No.
Get out. All right, I got one for you. Nope.
Also, the fact that it says during the evening hours, I want us to all be on the same page. To me, this is all happening during dusk, like golden hour.
Right. Yeah. Kind of romantic.
Yeah, why not?
This is when you want to get into it with your neighbors.
You ready to hear this? Yeah. Several people told Freeland police that John Buddha...
His name is Buddha.
I know, but he is not.
He is nothing.
What's the name of your special?
Don't be yourself.
Yeah, he is not being Buddha.
Don't be Buddha.
Yeah.
He allegedly threw a lit cigarette at a person.
Yep.
That's like right before the punch.
Is that worse than spitting in someone's face? The cigarette thrown
You
in
don't
the
smoke, do you, Mark?
I don't smoke, but I've had a cigarette flicked at me.
Really?
What?
Yeah. That was a hot date in the 80s. No, I just I made a joke about a girl at a bar and she flicked her cigarette at me.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Where'd you go from there?
Joke?
I think we ended up fucking.
Yeah, Mark.
It was Roadhouse. I made a fat joke and she flicked this. No, I called her a lesbian. That's what it was. She flicked a cigarette at
So
me.
you kind of earned it.
Yeah, but I was like,
I'm going to say now you deserved it.
It was super dykey to do.
But
Mark.
in a sense, you deserved it.
Yeah.
And then it was like
I'm
a
on her
challenge.
side.
I kind of am on her side, but then I think you challenged her womanhood.
Yes.
And on some level, she's like, I
She
will have
responded.
sex with you.
Yeah. We
Also,
we hooked up.
was that in New York?
Nah, New Orleans.
Okay.
It's lawless down
Some
there.
parts of this country, cigarettes are so expensive, no one wants to waste a
Or-
cigarette.
we
point.
were in New Orleans, and our friend Rob Rothman, who is a teacher, and was driving a minivan. We were at the bar about ready to go to our show, and he ordered another beer. We're like,
Right as
dude,
we're leaving.
We're like, Rob,
Yeah.
we have to go. And he's like, that's all right. Walks up to the bar. There are a bunch of to-go cups, pours his beer in a to-go, open to-go cup.
Oh, yeah.
Puts it in the cup, moves a couple of his kids' toys, puts it in the cup holder of his car, and then just speeds away like that. I was like, man, you're gonna get a lit cigarette flicked in the face if
Yeah.
you're down in
We
that
used to play
atmosphere.
a game, and we used to play another game in New Orleans. I think we've talked about it on the show before. Drunk or limping. Drunk or injured.
Drunk or injured.
Drunk or
Oh,
injured.
that's
It's hard
fun.
to tell. Like, why is
who's-
that guy hobbling?
Yeah.
Is he drunk or is he injured?
Could be both.
Could be both.
both.
Could be a little bit of column A and column B.
Well, he allegedly threw a lit cigarette at a person. I don't know if it was warranted, unlike the woman who you deserved to get one thrown
You
at you.
did.
Yes.
He threw a lit cigarette at a person, stopped traffic, and walked in front of vehicles. I think those things have to go together, unless
Yeah.
he had a sign for a while. Then
Or he
decided
was
to
wearing
get-
the gloves.
Yeah, the gloves are so important.
Gloves are so key. Once the gloves are on,
He accosted,
You have to listen to the person.
accosted a 6-year-old boy in front of his parents. I guess that makes it worse.
Wow. I
What does
have
that
an 8-year-old
mean?
just
boy.
grabbed and said, "What are you doing?"
Look, some 6-year-old, I have an 8-year-old boy. Some 6-year-old boys
need
deserve it.
Yeah.
True.
They're
Discipline.
dicks. They're
Yeah.
dicks.
You could stop here, right? You've
Yeah.
ruined traffic, which really pisses people
You've
off.
accosted someone else's child.
You've thrown a lit cigarette at somebody.
Why? What is?
What else can you do at this point?
He then took a basketball from a person at the public park and dribbled the ball around the court.
Get out of town. Come on.
How dare he?
Wait a minute.
He was carrying.
Yeah.
Right.
Open carry.
There's a lot of open carry happening, in my opinion.
Wow.
The idea of this grown man,
Taking a ball.
I mean, he's already done all the other stuff, so maybe the basketball game probably didn't realize that the other things were happening in the
Right.
neighborhood.
It's like, who is this
And
guy?
he probably
Yeah.
felt like, oh, I'll get these assholes' attention, and
That's
then
right.
walked over.
Was he something? Grabs the ball. and
But
just starts
that
dribbling.
is totally like, that's not something you see a lot of.
Yeah, that's balls.
That is straight
walk
up.
into a court.
Walk into a game,
Yeah.
take the one thing that they need to do that game. Because you're not just pissing off one guy, you're
It's
pissing
10
off
guys.
10 guys.
You know,
Right.
If you've ever broken up a game, maybe I'm making this up. I feel like everyone kind of stays where they were when you took the ball, and it's like, come on, man,
Let's go.
Like no one moves from their. No one wants to give up position from what
Right.
they've already had.
Listen,
one guy
until-
probably tried to incorporate it and was like, Up top.
I'm open.
Up top. He's on our team now. He's on our team now. Up top. Somebody needs to rotate
Jeff,
out.
you're sitting. Let him go. He's actually got some good skills. Let him go.
And you know he yelled glass.
Yeah, the bank is open.
The bank is open.
Glazer and delocated.
Oh, I know.
favorite.
It's one of
That's
our
our favorite
all
moment
time.
in that
John
series.
Glazer.
Off camera. You don't
Off
even see
camera
Yeah.
with the modulated voice is like glass.
That guy's
banks
amazing.
He dribbled the ball around the court before making a lewd remark in front of children and adults, the affidavit states.
First of all, I get going after a 6-year-old kid because you could probably take him.
Right?
Right.
But a whole basketball game.
He walked off. Have you guys seen Band of Brothers?
No.
Okay.
No.
There's a scene of Band of Brothers. This is all, true.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, there's a guy, they're like fighting for a line or position in like a rubbled town area. And a guy just decides he's going to run all the way through the line to the other side. And then he like blows something up or shoots somebody and then runs all the way back. And the narrator says the part that amazed me wasn't that he ran there. It's that he ran back. He just had the mentality of like, nobody's going to shoot me. Like, I'm just not going to get hit. That's the mentality that this guy had. That
He
was
had
like,
all of the hubris of Adam Goldberg in Dazed and Confused, thinking like, I'm going to take one shot at
it's
Clint.
the nature
Yes.
of
I'm going to hit him once, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it'll be
They don't
pack
wanna, like,
mentality.
disturb the crowd.
That's
Like,
right. You don't want
nobody-
to upset
There are
Right.
times, though, when I'm driving where I'm like, I'm not going to check a mirror. I'm just going to change a lane.
Nope. Bad.
Jason.
Jason.
We've all
Jason,
been there.
Are you an
That's new-
Aerosmith song? Because you are living on the edge.
I'm living on the edge. No, that's
living it up while
That's
you're
how New
going
York
down.
cab drivers drive.
Oh, yeah.
Are there cabs still in New York, or
Too many. Yeah, quite a bit.
has Lyft and Uber taken over?
They hate Uber. Every time I get into a cab, they go, fuck Uber. They're rapists.
You're like,
What?
whoa.
Yeah.
Are they spreading
That's
that
a
around?
marketing strategy. It's a strategy.
That's Yellow Cab trying to get out ahead of it.
He walked off the court, John Buddha, walked off the court with the ball, crossed a street, and attempted to enter a sport utility vehicle and place the ball inside. In my mind, he is dictating everything he's doing very loudly.
Yeah.
I got your ball, and I'm taking your ball over here.
And I'm going to put it right here in the
I'm
back
putting
seat.
your
Right.
ball in this car. It's not even my car, and I'm going to lock it.
It's starting to sound like a scavenger hunt at this point. You know? Fuck with kid, get basketball, SUV.
Yeah, he's on like
Checking boxes.
Yeah.
he's on the most offensive bar crawl.
Right.
It's like,
Flick lit cigarette. It's like,
doing it.
or
who's
maybe
coming up
he's
with
in
it?
Fight Club where they have to start a fight, and he's trying everything he can
that's
to
good.
get a fight started.
Right.
And no one
What are
is
you going to
taking
do about it?
But I like that he started with a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, I can get this kid. I can get under his skin.
What are you gonna do about it is definitely a thing he says numerous times.
Right.
Right.
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, come
What are
at
you
me,
gonna do
bro.
about it? Yeah, both arms out, but the basketball is in one of his pits. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Yeah.
right here.
You mad, bro?
I'm
Right.
right here.
Straight up, do I look like the Michael Jordan Wings poster?
I'm
Okay.
right here.
All right, he tries to put the ball inside. The document reads. Also, sometimes when it's stories crazy, I think about the people who have to write up this
Who are
paperwork.
like typing this
Yes.
up, going, I cannot believe this human being did
A couple who was walking their dog. This is okay. At some
boy,
point, if you
God.
need to be aware of your surroundings, this is on them.
this.
Yeah.
You walked your poodle right into this shit.
Right. They walked up close enough. They told police that John Buddha asked them if it would bite a postal worker, while another person who was unloading groceries from the trunk of her car said, okay, so he walks up to the people who should have turned, Punny, go back.
Yeah,
We're just going to go back. We'll go back.
No
we'll go
need
around.
to walk
we'll go
the
around
dog
the
this
block.
way.
We'll go around the block.
Dog got its exercise.
He walked up
Yeah.
to them and was starting to like, wanted to know
Is this going to bite a postal worker?
Right.
Okay.
How ferocious is your dog?
Will it bite a postal worker?
Then a woman who was unloading groceries from the trunk of her car said John Buddha took a gallon of milk out of the trunk and walked away. He thinks he's in day 406 of Groundhog Day, where he knows that he can
Yes.
get to everything without anybody doing
or
anything.
he's in like day one of the purge. He's doing
His own.
everything he wants.
But I would imagine if you were all the people around there, you might be like, maybe this is a Groundhog Day situation, and he knows more than we do.
Right.
Yes.
Give him the milk.
If he has confidence,
But I
he
will
can pull that off.
I will say this about the dog, about asking the dogs that I showed my kids the "Does your dog bite?" scene from Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Does your dog bite? It's so funny. It's
yeah.
so slow moving and funny, but they thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And I'm like, I love that is
This
still
is
a
something.
thing.
Yes.
He kind of did a does your dog bite.
Right? And
Yeah.
then the guy says no. And he's like a German, like hotelier, and he's just like no. And he goes over to pet it, and the dog, and he jumps back. Even that little cut thing is so funny because it would clearly happen in 2 different shots.
Right.
And then he turns to him slowly. It's like, I thought you said your dog doesn't bite. And the guy's like, that is not my dog. It was so funny, and it made me so happy that it made everybody laugh.
It feels good. I'm sure John Buddha passes on a lot of great things to his kids too.
Yes, kids
Child
that he doesn't
support
get to
checks
see.
every once in a while.
No.
Drink milk.
Daddy got milk.
Daddy got milk for everybody.
I got the milk. This
Honey,
was all him supposed to go
I put
get
the
milk.
basketball in the SUV and I got the milk, just like you said. I
Right.
didn't tell you to
He
do
grabbed the
anything.
gallon of milk out of the trunk and walked away. At that time, police said that John Buddha's wife came out of the front street home.
Someone married him.
This is the only way they wrap this sentence up. Came out of their home and took him inside.
Whoa.
Honey, we're done.
That's
We're
it.
done.
Okay,
By the
you've had-
elbow.
You've had your fun by the ear. You've
But
had
yeah.
your fun.
You've had your fun. She's like just throwing out blanket apologies. Sorry, everybody. You know him.
Interesting.
Here's what I love most. It has also been learned that John Buddha is currently running for mayor of Freeland.
Whoa.
It's a campaign strategy.
Well, he must love Trump. Yeah.
Exactly. Just grab anything.
Yeah.
For him, it's just a giant pussy grab. The whole thing.
The whole thing.
He's just like, what? I'm running for mayor. This is, once I am mayor, all the milk gallons will be, all the basketballs
Sure.
will be mine.
Well, maybe he's running on a socialist ticket. Like,
Yeah, maybe it's like
everything belongs
yours
to everyone.
is mine and mine is yours.
Yeah, if you go in his house, it's just basketballs as far as the eye can see.
and gallons of milk.
Yeah.
Just hundreds.
I hope his slogan is John Buddha, get a piece. But it's spelled Peace because of his name.
Remember there was
Right.
like
Get some.
like a chicken in every pot and there's
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a basketball in every SUV and a gallon of milk in your hand. Like that's the ticket he's
Or he's holding the gallon of milk and it just says "Got Buddha."
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Do you think he also wanted to be like the solution and example? So he was like, you know, the new mayor's letting this sort of thing happen in our town. Like he's doing everything that he's like, if I'm mayor, I wouldn't let myself do this.
He's like, I'm not just part of the problem. I'm part of the problem and the solution.
Police attempted to speak with John Buddha, but said no one at the home would answer the door. That's the laziest police work. They're like, you know
Yeah.
what?
All right.
God, nobody came to the door, guys. What do you want us
I
to
guess
do?
we're stumped. We're
I
stuck.
see
Yeah.
him walking around in there, but I don't think they're coming out.
All right. It's time to play a little game. How old is John Buddha?
Yes, this is
And
great.
Where is Freeland? We got to go and just run amok.
It really is Freeland.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Literally.
He's
the
making it the
definition of
land of the
freedom.
The
free.
fact that he
Right.
didn't get punched after he took the basketball.
That's a bad. How did people not hit him in the back of
Yeah.
the head?
Yeah.
How did 10 guys not just
Just a
up
guy
and-
wearing and one shorts settling the score.
Right. Did they just go home? Is that it?
Yeah, like,
I guess that's game, guys. Whose
Guys.
SUV is that?
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready to guess?
Yeah.
How old is John Buddha?
Too much fun leaves marks in life. Living hard, you'll pay the price. Who is gonna get it right? Guess the age. Guess the age.
Now, you are a guest, Mark Norman, so you can
either
decide
go
if you want to go
first or
first or last.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
And
what is your reasoning?
I'm going to put some clues together.
Okay.
He's married.
He's married. He has a home.
He has mayoral aspirations.
Yes, he has political dreams.
Although in some parts of our world, this could also be a very delusional kid.
Yeah.
Like
True.
way too young and dumb. But anyways,
True.
you stick with yours. Stick with yours.
I'm going to say 27.
Whoa.
Oh, that's young.
That is young.
All right.
Rising
really,
star in the-
really regret that.
Ri-
No,
Rising-
don't. You
No.
never,
All right.
trust me. You
Rising-
never know.
You never
The
know
things-
in this world.
The things that like people whose lives have gone bad in their 50s are very similar to the dumb things people do with their lives in front of them in
He
the
would
20s.
not even
Well
be the
said.
worst. He's the rising star in the Republican Party. All right. I'm going to say he is 48.
48 years old from Randy Sklar. Jason Sklar.
50,
Because
57.
Let me say
57.
why. He's 48 because his wife knew exactly what to do. Meaning they've done it over.
Sure.
This is years of practice.
57 years old.
57 from Jason Sklar. Everyone listening in Dumb People Town with us right now, feel free to play along at home.
$1.
As always, we go closest straight up. John Buddha is 56 years old. Oh,
Look at that. Nailed it.
I'm back. I saw him in that age. I just saw his face.
I, for one, am voting for him.
Yes. I'm writing him into my election. My next local.
Man, God, you got moves like Buddha.
He didn't even want anything. Like, everything was just going from one thing to the next.
Isn't
like
Buddha's,
a Guy Ritchie movie. We're like, what are we doing this for?
Isn't Buddha's message that, like, you don't need things, or like everything is everybody's? And
good point.
Like, maybe he is.
In a sense,
maybe he's like the real Buddha. It's like, I have access to everything because no one has possession.
Keeping it
of
real,
anything.
Buddha.
That's right.
Right.
Wow. There you go. All right. One story in the books.
Yeah.
I love it. Dumb People Town. More Dumb People Town after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We got Mark Norman with us.
Hey.
I'm so excited for your special coming out on Friday. Where'd you record it?
It's recorded at a synagogue, not to kiss ass.
Wow, you're not even Jewish.
I wish. In Lower East Side. Old synagogue. It's like 1840.
Where on Norfolk Street?
It is.
That was my wife lived right behind. Okay,
You know the place, Angel Orzan.
that's right. So my wife lived literally right behind it, and
in 1997.
she lived there in 97, 98. And on Suffolk Street, she lived on like 141 North Suffolk Street between Houston and Stanton or whatever. that is now. So it's her apartment backed up to it.
Wow.
And her grandfather, her great grandfather, actually worked at that synagogue when he lived on the Lower East Side.
Jesus.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
All to make it like to pave the way for you to do a comedy special there.
Yeah, you guys all know each other.
So did you feel compelled not to curse during the special?
No, a lot of slurs.
Lot of slurs.
Yeah, it was horrible. I burned the cross.
Wow, that's kind of weird. I mean, I've never seen you do that on stage before.
No, but it was old and creaky and weird, but it went well, and it looks really pretty.
I love
cool.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Sarah Jessica Parker got married there.
Did she?
Fun fact.
No way. Her and Broderick?
Yeah,
Has she been married before Broderick? I think it was just Broderick, right?
I assume.
I don't know. Well, I'm sure somebody will let us know.
Well, dude, that's awesome. I'm psyched for it. And if you guys watch that, you can watch that after you. If those in Kansas City, you're going to come see us. We're going to the Improv in Kansas City. We've never done shows in Kansas City. Hopefully a lot of Dumb People Town fans will be there. We'll be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
You're doing Finding the Funny?
Doing Finding the Funny while we're there. So if anybody has any good suggestions of where we should go that are like super Kansas City, like really tell the personality of what Kansas City is all about, we would love to do that. And so we'll be there then, and hopefully you'll see us at the Kansas City Improv, but definitely check out his special. And we had a great time at the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. Our live episode dropped
so much fun.
last week.
Fun.
That festival, Jesus.
Amazing. Well run.
It's so well run.
And it is a pure comedy festival for pure comedy fans, and you really get that feeling. That
we had so many great Dumb People Townies that were there, like Rachel and Ben and Michelle, and just people who said hi before and after the show. Yeah,
all great people, and all the people who came to our podcast. We just want to thank you. That was an amazing one with Brian Callen and Sarah Tiana. So, and I know you guys just heard it last week, but we'll look to do more of those. And I think, as we head forward and move forward, we were kind of talking about it, involving the audience more. We may ask audience members and treat it a little bit more like a Dumb People Town Hall meeting, where
someone can come down and tell a dumb story, something dumb they've done in their lives, a story from their lives that they're embarrassed about, that has great details to it.
And we will break that down.
And we'll break it down.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a thing where like email us when we're coming into town, like what your thing is or whatever, or email it to, we'll set up like an email address.
Either that or they do the facts and we just sit up there and listen and we break it down. We'll figure something out because we want to involve you guys as much as possible. We love that. And speaking of, we have another story.
Here we go. Oh, I want to let everybody know really quick. At Dumb People Town and Facebook, the Dumb People Facebook page is up and running, so you guys can go on there. If something happens in your hometown, let us know. If you've been to that bar or seen that place,
you want to go show up and snap a pic.
Post it up to there.
Please.
And
Dumb People Town walking tours. We'll set those up.
So the stories and stuff that we do will be there. It'll be a great place for us all to hang.
If you want to walk the steps that John Buddha walked.
Yeah. He just comes up, takes your microphone.
Wait, what are you doing?
Well, wasn't there like a dumpster in Florida, like behind a nightclub where someone started a grease fire?
Yeah.
And then someone sent you a picture
of that dumpster.
I love it. God bless it.
So all that stuff will be able to happen on the Facebook page at Dumb People Town. Here we go for the next one. Sent in by Robert. Smercanski, Smercanski. I lived in Chicago long enough. I should be able to say that. Smercanski.
He owns the Polish sausage place on the corner.
At Matted Blubber, just like it sounds. Here we go.
God bless.
East Palestine police officer.
East Palestine.
Yes. Yes. This is in Ohio.
The West Bank.
Jacob.
The West Bank of Ohio.
Jacob Kohler, part of that probably, he wanted to be a cop. He bucked that Kohler money that his family probably has. He told Fox 8 News, it happened Sunday evening around 8. I love when somebody first wants you to know. Well, first off,
let me tell you when it happened.
Just like the last story. Remember, guys, picture all of that happening during golden hour. It gives it a more weird feeling to it.
No, the best is okay, explain to us what happened. First, let me tell you when.
Yeah.
First, let me give you the least important detail of the story.
First, let me tell you what I was wearing. No, you're not part of this.
We don't care.
I'm a Virgo.
No, we don't care.
I like your shirt. That is not what I asked you.
Tell us the facts.
I'm tired.
Sunday evening around 8 p.m. The child's father had worked all day and went to bed early. Their mother was on the couch with the kids when she fell asleep. All right, so that gives us all our context. Also, 8's kind of early, right?
To fall asleep on a Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah, you should have gotten your sleep earlier that day.
Well, next sentence tells you everything you need to know. Living the nightmare for parents. That's when the children decided to leave.
Oh, they drugged their mom.
Guys, your parents, can you go to sleep before the kids do?
You try not to. You really try not to.
Kids are like, yeah, I guess we don't have to stay, do we?
No. The warden is gone.
They're like, Sarah, it's 8:30 p.m.
By the way,
let's get out of here.
Kids who just get up and leave when their parents fall asleep do not want to be in that family.
Yeah,
that's essentially what that is.
They're shitty kids. I mean, they just are pretty shitty kids, too.
Yeah, I wonder if they drew a dick on her.
Yeah. Put her hand in
Before they
warm water.
left.
Yeah.
Put her hand in warm water, drew a dick on her.
Witnesses saw the boy driving his father's work van and called police.
Now, how old?
8 years old.
My son's age.
That's Jay's son's age,
8
driving
years
a
old.
work van.
It's 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday, and this kid's like, let's go.
time.
Let's get out of here. You know what? If they don't want to stay up and hang, we're going to go do something fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to don't take the Saturn. Let's take the work van.
Right.
And I bet he was whistling, too, though.
He had just learned and can't.
Tall kid to reach the pedals.
Yeah, that's right.
Officer Kohler said the children drove a mile from his home with his little sister in the back of the van, which means he put her in her child's seat.
Or said, she was like,
in.
can I sit up front? And he's like, no, that'll be too dangerous.
That's
Yeah.
not safe.
How much do you weigh?
Come on.
No.
This is crazy. I'm 8 and I'm driving, but you have to follow the goddamn
I'm imagining my son taking my younger daughter in the car
Oh
and just
my
driving.
God.
Jesus.
That is insane.
Well, what would you care? You're asleep for the night. What's the worst
As
that
long as I
happens?
don't mess anything up, maybe I
Yeah.
can send him to the store to get
In that
groceries.
mile, the journey of this kid driving took the 8-year-old through 4 intersections over railroad tracks and required him to make a few right-handed turns and a left-handed turn.
Wow.
Witnesses told police that he did obey all traffic laws and drove the speed limit. This kid's a pro.
He wasn't texting? Damn it.
He was sexting.
You know what? I'm going to have to call you back. Where am I right now? Traffic's really bad.
Making a left. I'm making a left.
He's like, you know what? I'm sitting here trying to make a left. This asshole in front of me. I got to call you back. I got to call you back.
jerky.
He's already pissed.
He's
off.
on like kid ways. It's just a kid's voice, like telling him where to go.
Left.
The reason they left, the kids decided that they wanted to get some McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock at night. Parents are asleep.
Why isn't this a commercial for McDonald's?
This is what happens when you go, you know what, fine, we're going to sleep and you guys aren't going to get dinner. And the kids are like, all right.
Oh, we'll
I'll
see about that. See about that.
They're just like as quietly as they're sleeping. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What are they doing?
He's looking in the kids looking in the rearview mirror and he's like, are you loving it? Because we're on our way to loving it.
We're
I am loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba, neglect.
Like they go to there's the whole playground and everything.
I'm going to
outside.
defend the parents for 1 second.
How?
Like, if kids wipe you out and you don't have control of your life, that's where you need to be a team. That's where one of you needs to like drink a coffee. If you both need to like identify how tired you are at about 6,
Right.
and be like, I'm going down. And if you're like, I'm also going down, one of us can't go down.
Right.
Right.
One of us needs to drink a weird coffee right now
Yep.
and then be up
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the child's father had worked all day and went to bed early. Their mother was on the couch with the kids when she fell asleep. So maybe it caught her by accident.
surprise.
Like I'm picturing a sitting up sleep session.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like-
I've fallen asleep like on the couch with my kids.
I mean,
Yeah, of course.
And you
she could
think
have been
like,
watching the first hour and 49 minutes of Arrival.
I was going to say maybe she put on a movie, be like, here, we'll put this on. If I end up falling asleep, like the movie is going to keep them entertained.
Yeah,
they're
that's
good.
exactly what she said.
She doesn't hear the jingle
They're in the
jangle.
house. What could happen?
Yes.
By the way, I just so you know, what we have in our house, high top locks that people can't reach.
Oh.
That's
But like, if
another way.
this kid can drive a van, he knows how to get a stepladder.
I guess.
That's fair.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know how to drive a van?
I don't
I
know,
don't
but
know.
now this makes me feel like if I had kids, I would start being very mindful of where my keys are.
By the way,
Yeah.
because my cars are like keyless, you can just start it and go. The other day, my daughter like got into the front seat of the driver thing, and she was like, and just like messing around. And I was like, if she presses this and moves something, she could be driving.
Oh, yeah.
Like she could be driving.
Well, if you get her to like McDonald's enough, anything's possible.
I know.
Yeah. Did you picture the two of them? Do you want to drive through or do you want to go in? If you go in, we can hit the ball pit.
Or they're just like, I don't have time.
But
I gotta
what's
get
crazy is
gas.
you can
I don't
eat-
have time for this. Like, suddenly now they're like these really,
He's like put upon.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've got so many errands to run. I got so much to do. I got to get this work van back.
I gotta pick up a prescription at Rite Aid.
Yeah, I got to get condoms.
Everything's moving too fast
Yeah.
in this kid's
Yeah.
life.
I
What
need a
day
mer-
is it? They're like really concerned about the day of the week.
Yeah, I got to get a merkin.
Once
I gotta register to vote so I can do jury duty. What?
God, this kid's like so far ahead of schedule.
Once at the McDonald's on Market Street, a family friend who happened to be eating at the restaurant notified
Okay,
the
all
children's.
right. There's a mistake.
What?
It is not a restaurant. You can't.
What have we said about McDonald's? If the tables,
If you're getting it to eat there or to go, and they give it to you in a bag,
it is
it's
not a restaurant.
Interesting.
If the tables are
Nailed to the floor, it is not a restaurant.
Aha.
There's so many. A drive-through, in my personal opinion,
Does not make
makes
it a
it not a restaurant.
If
Or a
con-
ball pit.
Ball pit.
Yes.
does not make it a
If
restaurant.
condiments come in packages that you have to physically open, you're
Right.
responsible for doing it. It's
Right.
not a restaurant.
If
Right.
there's a ceramic pedophile outside,
Well, that might be a pretty great restaurant.
that's true. That's true.
A ceramic clown-like pedophile outside.
Yeah, no, I mean that's not a restaurant. I'm sorry. If
Yeah,
you
I
order
agree
off
with
a menu, off a board,
Yes.
and then you wait for it, not a restaurant.
Okay. Once at the restaurant, a family
There are
friend.
multiple cash registers. It is not a restaurant.
Yeah, with pictures as buttons.
It's,
Yeah,
it's not a restaurant.
Not a restaurant.
Sure. A family friend who happened to be eating at the restaurant.
Stop it.
I know. If you're not at a beach and the people who work there are wearing a visor, it's not a restaurant.
This is the worst billing vault bit ever.
Is it the worst?
is not a restaurant.
Here's your restaurant.
Here's your order.
Here's your
They notified the children's. This is what I love. So family friends see these two kids roll up to the McDonald's, and they go straight. They skip the lieutenants and go straight to the general.
You absolutely take it to
They
the
notified the children's grandparents.
That's right.
They're like, you know what? I'm not even. Not even.
They looked
going
at that
to-
situation and said, obviously the parents can't handle
I'm
this.
not even going to
Yeah.
call Neil and Kim. I'm
Right.
not even calling them. I'm going straight to Kim's parents.
to the top.
But if it's a
Right.
movie and they get out of the car, like when the car pulls up and they get out of the car, of course they're walking in slow mo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
My House by Flo Rida is playing.
The car blows up.
Zip. Open up the champagne. Pop. It's my house. Come on. Hit it up.
Jason, give full disclosure.
I love that song.
Not just you.
My son loves it.
I was in Jason's car. His son sang every word to this song. He's rapping me all of the lyrics.
They also like Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys. So
All
let's
right.
have
Don't
it.
balance it out.
The kid hits a sippy cup and throws it behind him.
Yeah.
exactly.
Dun, dun, dun,
The
dun.
family friend, can you imagine calling the grandparents? They're asleep. If the parents are asleep and it's after 8 o'clock on a
The
Sunday night.
grandparents have to be dead.
They ate dinner 7 hours ago.
Hey, Bethel, we're down here at McDonald's, and I know I didn't even
don't
want to
see
call.
any sign.
Yeah.
My jitterbug's rigging.
The children did get to eat their cheeseburgers before police arrived. I don't know if that means because the parents could not be woken up. Officer Kohler arrived at McDonald's and talked to the little boy
What a badass kid.
I know.
Jesus.
who told the officer, this is the kid talking, that he had learned to drive by watching YouTube videos.
Whoa.
Now.
Genius.
God damn
It is,
YouTube.
right?
Goddamn
It
internet.
is.
They have everything.
This is what scares me.
The internet ruins everything.
Yep.
Yep.
But guys,
Ruins
it taught
everything.
this kid really well.
Yeah.
I mean, he, by all accounts, he was like as good a driver than like any good driver on the road.
Yeah.
I guess.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. The case remains under
I
investigation.
thought you were going to say unsolved. Yeah, that's damn internet. I'm mad about it.
I'd love just bringing the grandparents in so that they could like bring that up at every family get together. Oh, did you guys?
How'd you guys get here? Did you drive or did you let little Jimmy drive?
Neil's like, we need more ice, Cam, and the
Well,
grandma's
we'll
probably
send
like,
your
"Oh,
son
did you
out
wanna
to get
send
it."
Your son to go get it.
We'll go grab
Why
it.
don't you guys take a nap? And I'm sure the kids can go do it.
He learned it from the TubeU. No, it's YouTube.
YouTube.
Grandma.
God damn it.
TubeU. That was like our cousin Melissa named her daughter years ago. She's now, what is she, like a senior or she's like a junior?
In high school.
Named her Zoe, and
Which at the time was there weren't
understandably
a lot of
there
Zoes.
weren't a lot of Zoes 16 years ago. It was
Right.
definitely on the front edge of the
Yeah,
Zoe.
Friedman.
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's
all you
it.
had.
Chanel.
Bud Friedman's daughter. But you didn't have many, okay? You didn't have many. And I remember our aunt, who's from Peru, like
Her mom.
her mom had such a difficult time that like couldn't believe she named her something so out of the box that right when she saw the baby for the first time said Zio. Zio. Like the only way you could fuck that up. Zio.
Zio.
Zio. What is this, like a Michael Jackson like little mini
like a
movie?
character from
Captain
Fifth Element.
Zio. Zio.
Zio.
You know, they're coming out with driverless cars.
Yeah, they are.
So that could be a thing where kids could just get in and go.
Say where they want to go.
Yeah.
Take us to McDonald's.
And flying cars. Flying cars.
Yeah, I saw that
on
came
the
out
verge.
too.
Is
Yeah.
is it happening? Flying
Yeah,
cars?
flying cars.
Come on.
That is
Yes,
not happening.
yes,
Get outta
yeah.
here.
It is most definitely 2 or 3 different manufacturers are coming out with models in 2017.
What?
Jason and I both saw the same Twitter
We
news
saw
feed.
the same Twitter newsfeed. Yes.
Well, we got to go on a YouTube tutorial.
I know.
Honey, we don't have to drive the work van. We can fly. And honey,
No, but
that's,
you know
that's
what's
what the young son says to his sister.
You know,
He
wait.
calls her honey.
Yeah.
You got to stop calling your sister honey.
16 years ago, there were no honeys.
Now there's a lot of honeys
Yeah.
and boo-boos.
Yep.
But, you know, there's also...
Pinoy.
Pinoy. That's not good either.
Pinoy.
Pinoy.
It's Zoe.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, one more story. The great Mark Norman is with us. Dan Van Kirk. This is Dumb People Town.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Dumb People Town. As we mentioned, follow us on Facebook, at Dumb People Town. Follow Mark Norman on Twitter. He is
At Mark Norm. One word.
Mark Norm.
And I just want like all the fans of his comedy in the future to consider it like normcore.
To be fans of you?
Like super, you know,
like
normcore,
that.
you know, normcore,
Yeah,
right?
I never thought about that.
Hipsters wearing like 80s.
That could be the name of your next album.
Yes,
Normcore.
yes. I like it.
Right?
Full penetration.
Full
penetration.
Is this your first hour, by the way?
First ow.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, pretty excited.
First ow. Mark Norm. First ow.
First hour. Love
Yes.
it. Well, follow him. Of course, follow us. Follow
Can't wait
him.
to see the special. It's going to be awesome.
Thanks. It's offensive and gay.
Yeah.
Good time.
Fantastic.
Both
I
of
love
those
it.
things are okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to do a final story?
Let's do it.
It's
and
a
then,
cautionary tale.
And then we have a special voicemail coming up.
Sent in by Paul Branchaud, if that's how you say it. Branchaud. At Hot Branch.
Hot Branch is a phenomenal nickname.
This
Yeah.
is
Sounds like an indie rock band.
Yeah.
I'm calling this the sad ballad of Jan Flato. I know. And I'm going to... I kind of want you
Flato.
guys to see what he looks like before I tell you anything about
Oh,
him.
it's a guy.
We have a cousin, Jan. Who's
We
he?
do have a cousin Jan, but I
Jan Flato.
Jan Michael Vincent also.
I'm going to say that usually I say, oh, he's everything you think he is, or she's everything you want her to be. He's more.
he's
whatever.
more than what we think.
I'm going to show you guys this picture of Jan Flato. Guys, everybody listening here with us in Dumb People Town, it'll be up on the Facebook page at Dumb People Town on Facebook. And you too will be able to experience what these three men are about to. This is Jan Flato.
Let me see Jan Flato.
my God.
Sweet
Is
Maria.
that not gold?
At
Pure
any
gold?
moment, he's got 16 conspiracy theories.
Look at how the shirt makes it look like he has little metal nipples.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a frog transitioning into a human being.
Yeah,
He looks. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say he looks like Goonies if he grew up. You know, the, what is it, Sloth?
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
Vern Lundquist if he aged down.
Yeah,
He
if
looks
you-
like everything John Elway is heading towards. Or Ric Flair.
Ric Flair
definitely has like.
Yes.
you
He's
can't
definitely DJ'd a few bar mitzvahs.
even-
Right.
Absolutely.
If John Voight fell in that tank that the Joker fell in,
It's Jan Flato.
yeah, the vat of shit.
Jan Flato definitely owns 2 to 4 throwing stars.
Jan Flato has never worn just one necklace.
He has some skull jewelry.
Jan Flato
Yes.
never. Jan Flato never wears socks.
Jan Flato never gave your bracelet back.
Jan Flato has a moped but calls it a motorcycle.
Yes, he has one of those long sticks with a shoehorn at the end.
To be more of a
Shoes on.
Yeah,
to be more of a badass, Jan Flato calls it a horsetail instead of a ponytail.
Jan Flato's definitely worn sweatpants with dress shoes in his life.
Jan Flato owns a jet ski that does not work.
I wish, guys, if you're listening to this, go look at Jan Flato right now. Right now.
Jan Flato
As
knows
you're there.
knows 2 card tricks.
Jan Flato has a coupon.
yes.
Coupon book.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, Jan Flato used to work here.
By the way, this is so suburban. By the way, I couldn't believe when I drove through Burbank.
Oh, yeah,
It's
here we
unbelievable.
are in here.
Yeah, you know, like there's the Diamond District. I feel like this is the dentist district.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many dental places.
Oh, yeah.
You're in the valley, man. You're in the deep,
man.
deep valley.
Deep
Deep
Valley.
Valley, Burbank.
Yeah,
That's where the
This is
cement.
Jan Flatoville.
This is yeah.
Jan Flato's almost bowled a 300.
Jan Flato proudly tells people he hasn't been to the dentist in 18 years.
Jan Flato
Oh, go ahead.
constantly says, "Looks real, doesn't it?"
Because Jan Flato thinks the government's trying to control us through our fillings.
Jan Flato's the only guy who still has Banaka.
Jan Flato is the only guy who has powerful binoculars.
Jan Flato does
For what purpose, we don't know.
does all of his Christmas shopping at Spencer Gifts.
Yes.
Jan Flato has never pointed his telescope up. It's a lot of lateral
Lateral,
movement
Yes.
with his telescope.
Jan Flato uses a lot of fake vomit to get laughs.
Has a cell phone holster.
And spins it.
Yeah.
Jan Flato put $50 into a slot machine at Florida Seminoles Hard Rock Hotel and Casino
Of course he did. He wears sunglasses on the back of his neck.
And one's on his face.
Yeah.
At the same time, he doubles up. Doubles up.
Under Jan Flato's button-up is a big dog shirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, he hit it big. He hit it big. I'm going to ask you right now. We'll get it early. How big do you think Jan Flato hit
$50
it?
slot?
$50 in the
$50 slot.
Are we taking Jan Flato big or big?
Because there is a distinction, as Mark will tell you.
Yes.
You can only go off the information
All
I've
right.
given you.
All right.
You saw the man.
He hit it big.
He hit it big.
What do you think?
How big did Jan Flato hit it?
I'm going to say 28 hundo.
2,800.
Jay?
I'm going to say $25,000.
$25,000.
I'm going to say $70,000.
70,000. Jan Flato, the man. You know what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've all been given time listening to Dumb People Town to get our own look at Dumb People Town. Before you see this,
Jan Flato.
hit it big for $100,000.
Holy
snap.
shit! I gotta stop lowballing.
Jesus.
Don't lowball the Flato.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's a lot of Flato.
That's $100,000.
He was like, all the bass guitars I can buy. And then learn to play.
Then learn to play.
Jan Flato, bass player. But guys, you ready? He can't keep a dime of it.
Why?
Casino rules say he didn't personally hit the jackpot. According to Jan Flato, after he put his payment card into the machine, he let former friend Marina Navarro push the button, quote, for good luck.
Marina.
The 35-year-old Navarro then took the receipt to the casino and walked out with every dollar.
What?
Managers at Seminole Hard Rock, as well as industry experts, say it's hers to keep. A long-standing rule in the gambling industry says that winnings belong to the person who places the bet, not the person who pays for it.
Wow.
So even though he's sitting at the machine,
Even though it's
puts
his
some
card and
money
it's
in,
his money.
she's the one who hit spin. She gets every single penny of $100,000.
Even though that finger has been up his own asshole.
Jan Flato.
Did she? I didn't say, but she doesn't help him out, huh?
No.
Oh, it
I mean,
says.
you know the second you walk with that receipt up to the front that your friendship with Jan Flato is over.
Yeah.
Finally.
Over.
Fine.
Yeah. That's what it costs to get out of that relationship. Damn it.
100 G's to
That
her.
means Navarro, who technically placed the bet by pushing the slot machine's button, is the winner and entitled to every dollar. According to Flato, she walked out that night with her winnings and asked security to keep him away from her. This turn quick.
This guy, I mean, not even a discussion.
Damn.
So she knew that rule when she
Yeah.
was pushing
Interesting.
it.
You ready?
She probably was like, why don't I do it for you for good luck? Like she threw that out there.
Right.
Because she knew the
Do
rule.
you want me to do it for you?
Lady Luck.
Why don't I hit it for luck? Why don't I hit it for luck? Jan Flato is about to describe himself in a better joke than any of us said in all those. Jan Flato,
yeah.
self-described as longtime gambler. Jan Flato, longtime gambler.
I like him going, come on, baby, needs a new pair of Crocs.
And by that, I mean 2 crocodiles.
He says it's a cautionary tale and that he considers the money gone. Jan Flato's good at probably coming to terms with things,
Yeah.
especially a loss.
He's like, look, man, I've lost
I
a
have
lot.
a lifetime of loss.
I want everybody to know what happened so it won't happen to them, he told the Miami Herald.
Oh, I love that now he literally is doing it for everybody else.
Right.
Yes.
It's a good public service that we're doing on this podcast.
Yes, cool.
By letting people know this very
If you
technical
go and you're a
detail.
gambler,
Dan, you've said this before. If you're driving and you're drunk and you decide to pass out in the car,
Well,
take
yes,
the
you shouldn't
keys-
be driving, but if you realize, whoa, I should not have done this, pull over.
take the keys out of the ignition.
now with a push button car, that's easier to do.
Sure.
But if you don't have that, pull
Yeah,
the keys
because
out of the ignition.
if a cop comes up and you're asleep in your car trying to hopefully make the right decision and no longer endanger yourself or anybody else,
Yep.
the keys in the ignition indicate an
that
intent to
you're
drive,
driving.
and you can still get a DUI.
I got out of a DUI for that exact reason.
What?
Really?
Yeah. I was at a house party in high school. I drove my mom's Lexus home, passed out.
8 years old.
You were 8 years old.
I went to McDonald's.
It was her work Lexus.
Yeah.
work.
I passed out in a horrible neighborhood on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Wait a second.
And I passed out, and a woman said there's a white kid dead in a Lexus in the projects. So the cops came. They pulled me out of the car.
Which city?
New Orleans.
Okay.
And they pulled me out of the car. I fell down immediately. I was covered in piss. It was leather seats. It was like
Your
a
own?
pool of piss. Yeah, my own piss. And the keys were on the fucking floor of the car, and they were like, "You're good." So they had my neighbor pick me up because my parents were out of town.
By the way, that's also New Orleans.
That's true.
New Orleans is like, look,
That's true.
Nothing really
Like
happened here.
he's not gonna put a
But
voodoo
again,
hex on us.
don't put those keys in the ignition.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jan Flato wants everybody.
Which, by
to
the
know.
way, that story, all that story tells me is that, like, if it was reversed, okay,
Black kid
in a white neighborhood,
Oh, yeah.
they would call and be like, "Rough this kid up and get him out of here."
I don't know if they say rough him up.
Yeah, they would. They'd be like, "Cops, get this drunk, like, passed out person out of my neighborhood." In a black neighborhood, they were like, "Help him, please.
Help him,
Right,
Somebody
right.
help this
that
white
shows
kid."
you
Yeah.
like the difference of how they view it. Like, there's a dead white kid in here. You
Right.
gotta come
You gotta
down
deal
and
with
help
it.
this out.
Were you dead?
I don't think so.
I don't think he died.
What if you came back to life and that is literally you're like, this is
This is why I have to do comedy.
That's
I
my
have to-
Groundhog Day.
I have to do.
I gotta go steal a gallon of milk and grab a basketball.
I remember handing the ID to the cop, and it was soaking wet with whiz, and he was like, jeez. I still remember that.
You had literally how much pee?
That was
did
a
you?
lot of urine.
That's
Saved it
so
up.
much
Saved
urine.
it
My
up.
jean shorts
Well,
were
his,
ruined.
spent the whole
his
night
wallet
being
was
like-
in his pants.
Yeah.
Spent the whole night being like, "I'm not gonna break the seal tonight, guys."
Yeah.
What did your parents say when you?
Oh, they were furious. They were in Paris.
What?
And they called and they were furious. But I lost my virginity. No, I had sex with a girl that night. It wasn't my virginity, but I had sex with a girl that night. So it was all, I was on cloud anal, you know?
You were happy.
Yeah.
You were ecstatic.
Wow.
Exactly.
Holy crap.
Jan Flato, not ecstatic, says, "I've played slots all over the country and never had a problem like that." Yeah, because you've never hit for
Never
100
won.
grand, Jan.
Right.
Jan, get it together,
Our
Jan.
friend,
Usually when I hit 100 grand, this doesn't come up
our friend hit a $13,000 jackpot
on a poker game.
on a poker in like a poker game sort of. It wasn't like a poker,
Right.
It was where
tournament
everyone's playing against
the dealer, and
instead of
he
each
just
other.
hit a 13,000. He said
He had a royal flush.
royal
He had a
flush, and the dealer's like, I've been working this game for the last
14 years.
14 years, and I've never seen anyone hit a royal flush here. Hits royal flush. He said, everybody who worked there, their tone got like super serious. He was like, no one was happy. No
Right.
one was in a good mood. They were just really, they've made him fill out all this paperwork. And it just, I can only imagine when that hit, you don't just take the
She's
receipt.
doing all that while Jan Flato's on the fringe being like, "Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Jan Flato. What about Janny?"
I got a waterbed with a hole in it. I need this.
I got permanent sump pumps in my basement. Jan Flato.
What about Jan? What about Jan? He says, "I've played slots all over the country, never anything happened like that." Flato says the pair first met in 2015 and liked to gamble together. I bet she loved hitting the button while you paid for it, Jan.
right.
Everybody would.
How am I going to
Any
feed my
person would
pet
love that.
ferret? I'm Jan Flato.
Jan is still a janitor.
Jan is short for janitor.
Puts the Jan back in Jan.
Well, Navarro, a mortgage broker, says that is not the story, that some of it was her money. She says that she made a good faith offer to share her winnings with him, but rescinded after he sent angry and mean text messages. According to Navarro, he even threatened to move
All right,
her.
so legitimately, who's side are you on here? I mean, whose
I
side?
feel like he's a lot to handle.
yeah.
So
she's
like
evil,
She
too.
couldn't give him
Yeah.
20 grand.
Yeah,
out of that.
exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
know.
Well, the taxes is going to take about 60.
That much?
Probably, or
not
40.
Yeah, at least probably
40 or 50.
All right, all right.
40.
So
She's
left
with
down to
60.
60. All you did was push a button and he paid for it and he asked you to do it. You can
should-
give him at least 20
Right.
Yes.
and you walk away with 40 grand for doing nothing in a
Zero.
night.
For hanging out at a casino.
Yeah.
Because she says that he was sending her like threatening and angry like text messages. Never a cool look.
From
Don't do
his
that to
flip
people.
phone, his Jan
Of
Flato.
course, yeah, green screen.
Jan Flato.
Jan Flato has not denied sending angry and threatening messages.
I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
But he,
deserved
like,
it.
doesn't understand. Like, this is not where you want to say.
Yeah.
You know
Jan
what I mean?
Flato, I text in all caps.
Right,
That's
Jan
a
Flato.
lot of T9ing.
Right. Jan Flato, 2 earrings, 1 ear.
He does look like a burn victim, doesn't he?
He does.
He says, quote, "Of course I was angry. The ongoing story," she says, has her husband angry that their names are being dragged through the process. Navarro married. She says that Jan Flato is playing with my honor, she told the Miami Herald. And in a follow-up story, which
she is not 100% in the clear.
No,
the most honorable person. She's not the most honorable person ever. Like, you should be giving this guy money.
If you walk away with the money, he should be able to sully your name.
You walked out of there and told a security guard to keep him away from me. You are not clear on this.
The Miami Herald has dubbed this Jackpot Gate, and more updates are to follow.
She should get a lot of negative.
I mean, when I heard about this, that somebody gets all your money, even though you're the person. It's a person who places, not the person who pays. I was like, we need to let Dumb People Town know about that.
Yes. If you are in a casino, do not allow someone else.
Once I saw Jan Flato, I thought, everyone needs to know about that.
Yes. That'd be fun to stand behind people when they put money in. Just hit the button. You know?
I want to do the next live Dumb People Town and have like 2 or 3 people dressed as Jan Flato.
Yes.
I want somebody who loves us Dumb People Town as much as we do to be in line at a Long John Silver's asking to use the phone and notice that Jan Flato's in front of them.
That would be the great. Asking to use the payphone?
Yeah, of course.
At Long John Silver's.
Have you seen a payphone recently? It's the saddest, craziest thing in the world to see.
I saw one last night, and there was a guy on it for like an hour. Really? Yeah, right by the Virgil.
I said this a long time ago. On the other end of every payphone conversation is someone saying, "I don't see how this is my problem."
It's never good. It's never like, how are the stocks?
Nobody's like, so good to hear from
Just
you.
go ahead and run.
Yeah.
No one has ever
Run
said
through my portfolio.
No one has ever started a payphone conversation with this phrase. Honey, I've got great news.
Oh, man.
You know who would do that? Jan fucking Flato.
Payphone conversations are just riddled with apologies.
I feel bad Flato can't live his dream of opening Flauto's Flautas. He'll never see that dream.
Never see that
But you know Jan Flato has written a lot of business plans down on napkins.
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of napkins have Jan Flato
Look,
ideas.
I've got it all here in this napkin set. All right, well, that is a phenomenal story, and I'm so happy we now have him, and something to put on the Facebook page so you guys can like the Facebook page, and we'll let you know what's going on there.
Before we get out of here, we have a voicemail
From Harrison Ford.
Wait.
Whoa.
Hang
Wait
on
a
a
minute.
second.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Who invited him in here?
Hi, boys.
Holy hell.
Robert Durst is here.
I'm in town doing a little thing.
You got a trial going on.
I don't know if it's a trial.
It is a trial. It is a trial.
Is it a trial?
It is.
Maybe it's just something that needs to be sorted out where I will prove a love for one of my friends.
No,
that's
killed
not.
that
You
woman.
murdered a woman.
Wrote the
That's a
multiple
little dark.
people.
That's a little dark.
It's the truth.
I wrote one letter.
Yeah, and you said
who
misspelled Beverly.
who here is not guilty of sending a letter?
No, you are guilty of saying that. But
Mark, did you watch The Jinx and find him guilty?
Of course, yeah, especially after he admitted it.
Guilty of
Yes!
owning beautiful sweaters.
No.
And
Well, they were nice.
Guilty of killing many
Guilty
people.
of being a man who just wants to reconnect with his brother.
No,
boy.
you're not.
I know you don't want to just reconnect with Douglas.
Yes, I just want. Do you guys know where Douglas
We
is?
don't know where
do
Douglas
not
is,
know
and
where-
even if we did know where Douglas was, we weren't going to tell
Why?
you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go after him and kill him.
Currently, Douglas and I are in like a sleepless in Seattle situation.
No,
he's on the East Coast. I'm on the West
he's
Coast.
afraid of you.
And we just need to meet at the top of a tall building.
No,
Anything tall.
I don't
would
know
actually-
that at all.
It's a bad
anything
idea.
with a lot of height would be a nice place
He
for Douglas.
built a lot of buildings with a lot of height, but I would say that's not where I want Douglas and you to meet.
Why?
Because you're
Why
going to do
wouldn't
something
we?
bad to him.
No, I've started a new business, a
What is
family
it?
business,
What is it?
Durst Wind Chimes.
No,
Yes.
that doesn't sound good at all.
Yes, it's a wind chime business. That's what I'm in LA for.
No.
That's the
You're here for a trial, a murder trial.
Who isn't on trial these days?
All three of us aren't on
Mark's
trial.
not on trial.
You've never sent a greeting card.
That is...
You've never misspelled a word in
No,
your
but-
life. I've seen your guys' Twitter accounts.
Wait.
And
Yes,
I
we
know
do
that
make.
sometimes
He is kind of right.
But he is kind of right, but this is scaring me that Robert Durst is now following our Twitter
Of
account.
course, I'm following you guys. I followed you guys so many places.
Okay. Can we get him out of here, please? Because he
Why?
just...
Here's. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Let's just say hypothetically, I wanted to put, let's call it a time capsule. I wanted to bury a time capsule.
Wait a minute.
And I don't want anyone to find
Is that what you call your wife?
Where would you guys put it in Los Angeles if that was a question you would answer?
Griffith Park?
Yeah, I'd say Griffith Park's a good spot.
All right, I'll head over there. And why don't one of you guys drive there and I'll follow you?
No, I don't want you to follow us.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll be around. I'm in town, like I said, for a little thing.
Yep,
and then
yep,
maybe I'll
doing a
see you
trial.
guys some more.
Probably not. Hope
well,
not.
I'll definitely see you guys more.
No, I don't
You
like
might
you.
not see me.
Okay.
Right, I don't like
Bob, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
I almost said it.
So what?
What?
Nothing.
All right. Let him get off the mic.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
He really changes the vibe in a room.
Yeah, he does.
Shouldn't have said that. Why did you say that? Bury something. Oh, I'm going to bury a body, of course. Everybody knows that. They know it's not a time capsule, a Tommy capsule.
Robert, you're still on the mic.
You're still on the mic, Robert.
We can still hear what you're saying.
Just get him out of here, please.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Mommy. Okay.
Bye.
All right, goodbye.
All right.
God,
Get out of here. I'm going to poop.
all right,
Get him out of here.
Loved Beretta.
I think that was Beretta.
Wait, what am I? I'm thinking of Blake.
Robert Blake.
Oh, shit. I get them confused. Did
But
they
hey,
both murder people?
Hey, they both kill people.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
what they have in common.
Yeah.
Dan, Jesus.
Hey,
he
Jesus.
I give up my seat.
I know
Yeah, I
you do.
know, but God, that guy.
What a
scares the
fun
hell
show to get.
Hey, I love
guys, if Jan Flato needs to run for mayor of Freeland.
I think, yeah, if Jan Flato could just be the de facto mayor of Freeland.
Jan Flato's the only guy who could run unopposed and lose.
Better be Freeland. He's broke.
That's right. He is. All right. Well, hey, this is a great show today. Thank you, Mark Norman. Check out
you.
his special this Friday night
On Comedy Central. If you miss it at that night, you can watch it online at Comedy
They'll probably replay it on Sunday night, and
Yeah,
then they'll,
hopefully.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. But great young comedian who's, like we said, about to bust, and you get a chance to see him right here and hear him right here. And we'll see you guys in Kansas City. I can't wait. First time ever in Kansas City, Finding the Funny this weekend at the Improv. We'll see you 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and 1 show on Thursday night, guys.
And don't forget to check out Mark Norman's podcast,
Tuesdays with Stories.
Tuesdays with Stories.
When does it drop?
It's just
Every
you.
Tuesday.
Oh, wait a
that's
second.
fitting.
That
That's
seems
fitting.
weird that it would drop on a
I
Tuesday.
know.
Tuesdays with Stories is just you.
Me and Joe List.
Just making fun of Mitch Albom for
Yeah, taking apart
I love it.
his Tuesdays with Maury.
Great. Well, check it out. I love Joe List.
Thanks.
And very, very fun.
We'll see you next week in Dumb People Town.
Dum dum dum.